righteous, whiter than white and whiter than snow. We speak the truth always, regardless of the consequences. And as I welcome you this evening, I will encourage you to welcome other people as well, those who are around you, friends, family. Tell them they can join this very unique program via our app, Ipob Community Radio app. It is on Android and also on iOS, which is Apple. You can also listen to us via Radio Biafra app. We are on FM. People are listening to us or listening to my voice live this evening in Lagos, in Kano, in Abuja, and the rest of Biafra land as well. We are also on tuning. You can listen to us via Simple Radio. You can listen to us via Sweet Radio. That is also Radio Garden. However, you have chosen to listen to us, albeit satellite as well, because we are on satellite. I wholeheartedly welcome each and every one of you. This is a live presentation and the whole world is listening. As always, I am your regular host this very evening, morning, afternoon, or night, depending on where you are. But today is Sunday, which means that we are live and we are direct. And heaven is bearing us witness. My name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of the largest mass movement on the face of this very earth, the indigenous people of Biafra. I am the director of Radio Biafra and Biafra Television, but above all and most significantly, by the special grace of the Most High Elohim, servant of the wonderful people of Biafra. I welcome you on a momentous day, considering what has been going on with the entire campaign to end SARS, which they have been ending now for the past 4 years. So there is nothing new there. I welcome you, and of course this evening I don't know if we may be in a unique position to take some of your calls. We want to know what is happening across the areas where people actually thronged out to protest against the brutality, the savagery, the very primitive way that the Fulani Janjaweed have been running the zoological police. We must pray before we proceed this evening, as it has become customary for us to do on this very platform. A very simple prayer. I'm going to pray a prayer of King David, as I pray every blessed day of my life. Please bow down your heads as we pray, because we are nothing without the Most High. We are not just a religious people. We are a people that worship God Almighty by the name that we give to our children. Nobody preaches God to us. Nobody brought God to us. We knew God before other civilizations came up. We knew who God was before anything else happened on this very earth. After all, we are the oldest of the oldest, the ancient of the ancients, the land where consciousness, reason, and logic began, the blessed land of Biafra. And we must pray. Chineke na nke pụrụ m ihe niile, onye kere eluigwe ma kelee ụwa, onye ọ bụ naanị ya ka ike niile nọ n'ọgbadara aka ya, onye anyị na-efe wee na-akpụ isi ala anyị, n'ihi na anyị anaghị efe arụsị. Anaghị m efe arụsị. We don't worship idol on this very platform. That is why anything we touch turns into gold. We only worship the one Almighty God in heaven, that everything that is created on this very earth bows towards. The God of all the hosts of heavens and this very earth, we come before thee this evening, as we always do, to offer before thee our ceaseless praise, adoration and adulation of your holy name, to say there is no other God apart from thee, to say there is no other idol, no other entity, be it human or statuesque, that is worthy of praise, only thee. That is why we humbly submit all that we are unto thee, and to give thee thanks and ceaseless praise for what you have continued to do with this very noble family that you created, this very Ipob. We are asking you to make haste, because people are dying, your children are being slaughtered every day. by forces of darkness, supported by those who would like to see the enslavement of the children of the Most High in perpetuity. We ask thee to make haste to deliver us, to come very quickly to help us, because only you are worthy to be praised. Put all our enemies to shame and confound them. Those of them that say that Biafra will not come and chase them backwards and put them in confusion. Those of them that when we came out to protest, desired our hurt and prayed that we should be shot dead. Those people today, they have come out themselves to protest. Which goes to show, Heavenly Father, that you always set the pace with your children, because remember those that said that you don't accomplish anything via we protested ceaselessly. Today, those same people are coming out to protest. They learn from us because you have appointed us to lead, that others may follow. This very day we give your name praise. We adore thee for all that you have continued to do with our lives. Turn them back in their shame, all of them who would dare to rise up, to laugh and to smirk at your children. Let all of them, all of us that seek your face, all of us who rejoice in your holiness, all of us that search, that love thy salvation. That is why every blessed day we say, let your name be magnified. Let your name, O Heavenly Father, be magnified. Let your name be exalted above every other name, because you created everything else that has been made. Remember that we have nothing, we are poor. We have no sponsors, we have nobody who comes to ask how we are doing, only thee, O Heavenly Father, for we are poor and very needy. You would make haste to deliver the land of Biafra, because you are God and there is nothing like thee. Only you are the helper, only you are the deliverer, only you is the Alpha and the Omega, only thee, O Heavenly Father, is all that we place our hope upon. Please do not delay. Come and give us Biafra in our time, that your name may be glorified, adored, worshipped, exalted, and praised now and forevermore. Because you are God and there is nothing like thee. Only you are the helper, only you are the deliverer, only you is the Alpha and the Omega, only thee, O Heavenly Father, is all that we place our hope upon. Please do not delay. Come and give us Biafra in our time, that your name may be glorified, adored, worshipped, exalted, and praised now and forevermore, we pray. He's saying, we are moving very. I am going to lay a very simple foundation, as it has become normal for us to do on this very platform. I am going to go to what a preacher said. I am going to play what this preacher said, and I want people to listen and listen very attentively. If you don't have your pen and paper with you, you are doing yourselves a monumental disservice. You are not going to learn anything. Get a pen and a piece of paper, because this very gospel that we preach on this platform every blessed day is beginning to resonate. It is beginning to bear fruit, even in unexpected quarters where we do not expect people to react down. They know, they understand. They have come to the fullness of the appreciation of the very fact that this platform, this noble radio, Biafra, is the finest university on the face of this very earth by long. This evening I will prove it. Not only will I prove it to the whole world, I will also establish the parameters upon which all our discussions, our analysis, and our deliberations will be based upon this very evening. I urge you to listen, please, and to listen very attentively, because we are training people. We train even their pastors and their priests. They now speak like us, now they talk like us. That is to tell you the invaluable work that this very platform is doing, and then to drive home the very critical point that those of them who before said that we shouldn't come on air every blessed day. Why have we been preaching? Why have we been talking? We have been vindicated, because everything we say here is the truth and nothing but the truth. People go for everything they are doing, including this very campaign that we are now witnessing in our time to end SARS. They learned from us. We taught them how to protest ceaselessly and consistently. The same people that previously said that protests cannot yield anything today, they're out in the streets and they're protesting. They now understand what we have learned long time ago, that the only way to prevail against tyranny, the only way to rise above the shenanigans of a dictatorship is to remain resolute and consistent and not yield an inch. In the fullness of time, we may come to know if their protest was all in vain or if they managed to accomplish anything at all. But we are not taking away the very significant influence of the foreign nations that rose to speak against police brutality in the zoological republic. All those things that we have been complaining about, each and every aspect and element of the zoo, of the governance of the zoo, is now in the open. Every day we are being vindicated. Every day the whole world is beginning to, of course, to appreciate that we are right, or while we have been right all along. Please listen to this and listen very, very attentively and very, very carefully. Because if you don't learn anything on this Radio Biafra platform, I swear it you will learn nothing in your life. Listen to those who have listened to us and what they are saying. They now sound like us. And this man is a preacher. Now listen to him, please.
Have so much good.
Listen.
They have so much good that people come from all over.
Yes.
Buy good. Now listen. They bring gold and refine it in their land. Their land does not produce gold, but they bring gold and they refine it.
Listen.
And that is one of the reasons I talk to every African.
This is a pastor.
The whites, I make bold to say, and let the whole world hear me. The whites planned to enslave us forever.
What? Say that again.
It started from the time they came to colonize us. They spoiled our education system.
Listen carefully, please.
They killed our mentality from the beginning. It takes a wise to understand what I'm talking about, but I will still say it.
I feel you knew this and don't see what you're saying now. We have always known from
They
day one.
did not educate us to be educated. They educated us to remember. They did not educate us to think. That is why.
Are you following? The education system that you have is there for you only to remember. It is not geared towards allowing you to think. The only reason why today people are reasoning in Nigeria, in Biafra land especially, and in the wider zoological republic is the advent of Radio Biafra. I want people to understand, because they are black people, their depth of reasoning is not sufficient to appreciate the enormity of the task that Radio Biafra has been able to establish or to accomplish in the lives of men of these days. Previously, you will not hear somebody preach this way. They spend time and they listen to us. They listen to the gospel that we preach, this gospel of redemption. They go back. They pour scorn on it initially. They reject it, they repudiate it. But upon a deeper reflection, when you sit down on your own and begin to tell yourself the truth, when you listen to this very gospel that we preach, eventually you begin to speak like us. That is what this preacher has done. When the white man came, when the British came, their intention was to enslave you forever and ever. Not to teach you anything. The Bible that they gave to you is so that you can be sending money to Canterbury and to Rome. Not because they want you to appreciate the full understanding or knowledge of the goodness of God Almighty in heaven. No. Because if they had wanted to, they would have been able to tell you the truth that even Yahweh Yeshua was practicing Judaism. colonialism. He was going to the temple and not to a church. That is something that people never ever appreciate. But in the fullness of time, now that we have remained consistent on preaching this very truth, they have now come to their senses. I'm playing you the clip of a pastor, a Christian pastor. At last, they are now teaching their congregation what we have been asking them to teach them for very many years. That you must listen. Forget your stupid, silly education. You must reason. The reason why I am establishing or using this as the foundational basis of our gospel this evening is to tell you how important it is for you to reason and to think like a human being. Africans right now do not reason like human beings. That is the truth. It doesn't matter how you color it. It doesn't matter how you spin it. The fact of the matter is that an average African does not reason properly. That is the truth of the matter. You may not like it, but when you go back, sit down, upon quiet reflection in your room or in your abode, who knows, you may become like this pastor. Please listen very carefully. Listen. Let me start from the beginning.
Bangladesh have so much gold.
Listen.
They have so much gold that people come from all over to buy gold.
Yes.
Now, listen. They bring gold and refine it in their land. Their land does not produce gold, but they bring gold and they refine it.
Listen to this man.
That is one of the reasons I talk to every African. The wise, I make bold to say, and let the whole world hear me. The wise planned to enslave us forever.
Are you listening? This is a pastor preaching in a church.
Started from the time they came to colonize us.
And please post it on my page.
They spoiled our education system. They killed our mentality from the beginning.
Of course they
It takes the wise to understand what I'm talking about, but I will still say it.
It takes the wise to understand. If you are not intelligent, if you are not naturally intelligent, you will not understand the damage that colonialism did to you. If you are not intelligent, you will not understand the grand plan of the neo-colonialists that Donald Trump is fighting. It takes extraordinary intelligence for you to understand that those who do not have any crude oil in their land are exporting refined petrol to you. You with the crude oil, you cannot refine petrol. It takes an intelligent man to understand that in England there is no gold, but Buckingham Palace there is gold. In England there is no diamond, but the biggest diamond in the world is sitting on the crown of the ruling family of England and the United Kingdom. It takes extraordinary intelligence. You don't produce diamond, but they have the biggest diamond in the world, gotten from South Africa, is on the crown of Elizabeth II. They don't have any gold, but if you go to Windsor Palace, if you go to Buckingham Palace, everywhere is laced with gold. People that actually produce the gold in Africa, they have nothing. It takes people who are wise to understand what we are preaching. This is what we have been preaching on this platform, and now this very, can I call him man of God? I don't know his name. He is now saying what we have been saying for years. But listen to him, because this is not Radio Biafra gospel. This is a gospel being preached in a church. Chris or Iyke before started this very trend. They now listen to Radio Biafra. They understand that what we are saying is correct. They go back, they analyze it, they chew it over, and they come out and they say, of course they are correct. People are now boldly speaking the truth. Listen to this man preach this very gospel of common sense, I call it. Black people don't have common sense. That is the problem they have. And that is why we have continued to have on this very issue. They don't know how to reason. And that is their problem. And that was how colonialism was designed to enslave you forever and ever. If they don't get you with the education system, they get you with their religion. If they don't get you with their religion, they get you with their social habits. It and ever. That was the reason why Obama said to keep Nigeria one is a tax that must be done. People have, when we can now elapse, and I've been asking people, do you know what that means? For a United States president to say that to keep a zoo together is a tax that everybody wants. Do you see how they are manipulating your brain, trying to let you understand that you're an animal without actually saying it? Please listen very carefully.
We still say it.
Listen.
How did they do it?
How did they do it? The white man
did not educate us to be educated. They educated us to remember. They did not educate us to
amazing. Amazing.
That is why we in Africa, no matter how educated you are, with our system of education, the only thing you are trained to do is to remember. You are not trained to think.
They don't train you to think. Are you listening? What I've been telling you? This I insult black people. Are you listening?
No matter your discipline,
it doesn't matter.
It is something targeted at our tomorrow. And we need to wake up and liberate ourselves.
That's what we are doing in IPOB.
And I will talk to Africa one of these days. And I will tell my people how we shall liberate ourselves from that. What do I mean? If I don't make it clear, you will not understand what I mean. What I mean is this. By the curriculum they gave to us, by the way they fashioned our education, this is what they did to us. They educated us the way we will remember the past. So we keep living in the past. If you are a lawyer in this place, the only thing you will learn is how to remember the laws that were made, how to remember them and quote them. So you are educated to remember the past. You are educated to remember things that happened. If you are a medical doctor in this house, you are not educated to invent. You are not educated to think and bring out new things. But you are educated to remember there was a time somebody had this thing in America and they joined this one to this one. So your education is based on remembrance.
People are now screaming in the church.
They fixed us.
Gospel of heaven.
Trained us only to remember.
Yes.
They did not train us to think.
Are you following?
If you're a lawyer in this place, when you get to court, you quote the things that has happened before. And it is when you quote the things that have happened before that you can remember. We clap for you as a good and a powerful lawyer. Now it's no longer interesting because now they say write everything and send. So people no longer talk for us to hear. Those days when they talk for us to hear.
I hope if you are watching via Facebook, you know Facebook is part and parcel of the new satanic alliance. Their job is to suppress, just like the BBC before them. Their job is to suppress the truth. Anything that will make a black man from Africa to reason, Facebook doesn't want it. Anything that will make a black man to acquire some modicum of common sense, Facebook will not allow it. If you're kicked out of Facebook, which they're doing and doing right now as we speak, when I tell people that suppressing what we're doing, they don't believe it, but I'm sure on Wednesday and now, and in fact on Friday as well, people can now witness it. You can now see what I'm telling you. That is how evil they are. You people don't understand them, but we do. That is how evil they are. And do you know the funniest thing? They are using black African people to do these things to themselves. That is why I maintain always and without fail that there is something wrong with a black person. A black person is almost satanic. They're using them to do this very work. From 7.2 thousand, all of a sudden, we are now down to 4.5. That is the way they are. Go and download. I have said it before, that it is cheaper to listen via Ipob community radio than to listen via Facebook. The reason why we are coming on Facebook is to let them understand that they cannot intimidate us into submission. They cannot do it. Have you heard what the man is saying? This is a grand conspiracy that people don't know about. They make you feel good. I call it the Joe Biden factor or the Democrat factor in America. was black people who actually founded the Republican Party. Black people. It was the Republicans that ended slavery being practiced by Democrats. People will say, oh, how about Obama? They have forgotten that Obama's presidency is the very worst in the history of the USA. It was under the same Democrats and Clinton that they were claiming is a black man in white skin that they introduced 3 strikes and you're out. That Joe Biden supported. That put black people, millions of black people in jail in America. These are the things, these are the truths that the likes of Facebook don't want you to know. They need you in Africa to remain like a baboon. They need you not to reason, not to think, so that they can continue to manipulate you. And we are saying no to that garbage. All of a sudden, for the very first time since I've been broadcasting, they have pushed our numbers on Facebook to 2.8. It has never happened before. Never happened before. That's what they're doing. Then we must preach the gospel of heaven. We are on YouTube as well. You can go to YouTube. You can simply download the app. It's very cheap. Simply just download the app. That is what they're doing, because they are frightened of the truth. They are frightened. The Fulani Janjaweed are working with them to humiliate, to suppress, and to subdue their fellow blacks. That is how evil a black person is. And I say to people all over the world, black people are suffering because we are evil. We are suffering because we love wickedness, not against white people, but against our own. That is the way we are. And the truth must be preached. So that when somebody goes to my page, they will say that, oh, but it's only 2.4K people who are watching. Do you see how evil they are? They think they can manipulate us. They think they are smart. But they're mistaken. The office is in Lagos. Time will tell. Listen to this very preacher, please. Listen.
It's when they talk.
Listen.
You hear quote and unquote. In 1972,
listen.
In the High Court, seated and this, that, remember, you are trained to remember.
You are trained to remember, not to think.
Trained to think.
You are not trained to think. African people, that is why we are poor and wretched. You are feeling jealousy. That's all there is.
You are trained to remember what happened in Jerusalem.
Even as a pastor,
what happened
not trained to remember, not
years ago.
He's a pastor
during the time of Christ, but you are not trained to think. Now, when there is any danger in the world, people from all over the world who we are trained to think, we think on what to invent, what to produce to hit what is happening.
Listen.
But our own is that happiness show. Our brain is to remember. So we will sit down and wait for others to invent.
Wait for white man to invent. That's how they trained you
to remember.
Because you're trained to remember, you're not trained to think. You are waiting for a white man to invent something to cure every illness, to cure every ailment, to cure every sickness. You are waiting for them to produce a new aeroplane. Is it Boeing 777 Max or whatever it's called? You wait for Elon Musk to send you to the moon and to the Mars. You are waiting for Richard Branson so that he can orbit the planet every time. That is how we have been trained, our minds conditioned, not to learn, but to remember. That is what this preacher is preaching. In a house of God, he is preaching in a church. The same thing that we preach on this platform, or we have been preaching for very many years. They don't understand it. I don't know what is wrong with a black mind. The concern that I have from day one, I've been preaching this way from day one. The issues we are having is how a black man reasons. I've been saying it all the time, and thankfully now they are preaching it in their churches. Because it is the truth. Now listen, please listen very carefully.
Did that make sense to anybody?
Of course it makes sense.
It makes sense to you. Shout, God help us.
God help us. That's
something for my generation. I have something to tell the world on our behalf. Somebody say, help us, Lord.
Help us, Lord.
This is a strategic agenda to keep us under. Why am I saying this?
Listen.
I told you that there is Persia, but they do not produce gold. Ladies and gentlemen, Buckingham Palace in England, London, Buckingham Palace is built and designed with gold, but there is no gold in England. England do not produce gold, but Ghana produce gold. But in the house of the King of Kumasi, there is no gold designed there. But in England, Buckingham Palace, they took the gold from Ghana and they designed Buckingham Palace. But where we are, there is no gold.
There's no gold where we are. But in Buckingham Palace, there is gold. Black people. Now you understand it. That is just the fundamental basis of our gospel this evening. If you're listening on Facebook, they will continue to interrupt. Facebook in Lagos, these are zoo animals in Lagos working for Facebook. They have collected money. They are typical black people. When you see black people suffering, sometimes don't pity them. Just go and tell them the truth, that they may change. Black people are their own worst enemies, I'm telling you. The white man understands them very well and programmed them in such a way that they do not reason properly. They cannot reason properly. That is a fact of life. I am asking you to download Ipob Community Radio. Download it now. We are there live and direct and very clear. No distortion. Any distortion you're hearing on Facebook is artificial. They want to frustrate you. They have collected money from the zoo. We are exposing Yusuf Mohammed Abubakar. That is the name of Aisha Buhari's boyfriend. Even Boko Haram knows. They don't want it. They don't want this gospel that we are preaching. They don't want it. If Facebook can close my page, they will close it, but they cannot. They know what awaits them, or what is waiting for them, of course. You have listened to this very man. You are not trained to think. That is why things are the way they are in Africa. Because if Africans were trained to think, somebody somewhere should have asked himself a question. Why is it that the likes of Obama and neo-colonial, these Satanists and Luciferians, why are they interested in keeping Nigeria one? If you had any brain, you will ask yourself, where was it when the revolution now was going on against corruption, iniquity, and mediocrity in the zoo? The British High Commissioner did not tweet. Because you are coming to disrupt their business. You are coming to spoil where they have been eating from. You are coming to give people sense where they would prefer you to be without sense. They never wrote anything. There was no tweet flying out from embassies in Abuja or Lagos, no. But it is SARS, and they are saying something. Do you know why they said it? Do you know why the British High Commissioner Katrina Lang tweeted about SARS? Because they know that the people are grieving. They know that people have a legitimate reason to go out on the street, and they know that this time around the End SARS campaign is not being led by Ipob, Biafra that they hate so much. It's being led by other people, and they don't want it to become like Arab Spring. So she came out and she wrote something. You need to be intelligent to understand these people. You need to be intelligent. Black people are not intelligent. You need to be very smart, intellectually clued in for you to understand their game plan. Now, I played this last week and I'll play it again today. Considering what this preacher has said this evening, I want people to think again and to think again, because there are some idiots who don't know what is happening to Biafra. They have no idea what we are suffering every blessed day. They have no idea how far we have gone. They have no idea how much we have spent. They have no clue as to how tirelessly hard DOS is working every day. Every principal officer is working, our volunteers are working to ensure that Biafra comes. They have no clue. They're in their homes talking and yapping rubbish as usual. Some people may say, why is it that CNN doesn't show
Obama's business with Biafra? Why is it that Obama doesn't want Nigeria to divide? A former US president, he was making, because I'm saying this for people to understand. When you go to the State Department in America, all these are placement put in there by Obama. These are people who are agents of neo-colonialism. And you're telling them about what is happening in the zoo, that people are dying. They will turn a blind eye. They will pretend they don't know what is going on. I want to play it for you again this evening. I want people to listen tonight, to go back when you're lying down, to ponder and to reflect, to understand the enormity of your problems, to understand that you're like a caged animal in a zoo. Listen to Obama. Listen.
Keep Nigeria one, the task that must be done.
What?
Today I urge all Nigerians
to keep Nigeria one is a task that must be done. Listen very carefully, Obama. These are the words of Goron. These are the words of Yakubu Goron, the war criminal. Listen again, please.
To keep Nigeria one, the task that must be done.
Yes.
Today I urge all Nigerians from all religions, all ethnic groups,
yes,
regions, to come together and keep Nigeria.
And keep Nigeria one. Why must we use the word one Nigeria to keep Nigeria one? Because they are benefiting. Because the Fulanis are pushing money through corruption. Fulani is making sure that everybody is settled. They are sharing this money whilst you're wallowing in poverty. When you speak, they will use SARS to hold you down. When you speak, they use the army to hold you down. And I want to ask people who are sensible, people that have brain, if Biafra is not being discussed in America and the capitals of the world, why will Obama come out and say, basically give you a coded message, that to keep Nigeria one is a tax that everybody must do? Everybody. Because they are benefiting from it. If Nigeria is not under threat, will Obama say that to keep Nigeria one is a tax that must be done? This is called common sense, but unfortunately, some of us don't have common sense. Some of us do not understand what is going on. Before your eyes this evening, as they will say in the zoo, before your two naked eyes, you can see it. Those of you watching on my page on Facebook, when we started this program, we were on 7.2 thousand people, 7.2K. From 30,000 before, we have now come to 7.2. From that 7.2, before this preacher could finish what he's saying, or before I could finish playing what this preacher was preaching about or talking about, we are now at 1.1. Before your eyes, it is not magic, you can see it. If what we are doing is not working, why are they talking about one Nigeria? Why are they panicking? This is the sort of question that people with common sense should be asking themselves every blessed day. That there is a deliberate, a well-orchestrated, planned, deliberate ploy to suppress Biafra. Mark Zuckerberg, that invented Facebook, hadn't been born. I'm not even sure that his father had been born in 1967. Tell me why you will carry that same hatred for Biafra from nowhere. Just tell me. And he's a Jew. He's a Jew. He knows what persecution is all about. But they got to him. Fulani got to him. They gave them money to suppress everything to do with Biafra. This is how they are spraying money all over the world like a confetti to stop what we are doing. But idiots cannot see it because they are blind. They are foolish. Every bastard comes out talking rubbish, every idiot. If Biafra is not inside the White House, why would Obama be talking about one Nigeria? Obama knew that Nigeria was under threat, that one Nigeria was collapsing. And who were the people in 2015 supplying the pressure? Is it not IPOB? I don't know how somebody or people that claim they went to school and yet they cannot reason. They can't think properly. That was
was why they brought out 650 million or thereabout, and every idiot is scrambling, calling Loretta Onochie the great harlot in Asorok for a share. So they can do their own video. Everybody, every idiot, every baboon wants to do a video. You want to attract some change, chicken change from Asorok. Shame on all of you, and you will all go down. I promise you, you will all go down. Look at it if you have any brain in your skull. If you have any brain in your skull, ask yourself why the Biafra have been protesting about brutality in the zoo, brutality from the zoo police, brutality from the army. They were there. All these people today coming out and protesting, all of you were there because what is good for the goose is good for the gander. All of you were there when Buddha was sending his army, Operation Python Dance 1, Python Dance 2, Python Dance 3, Crocodile Smile. All of you were there as the idiotic animals in the zoo, Nigerians that you are. We were lamenting and complaining that these people are evil. Now it has affected everybody. You are coming out on the streets to protest. The same people that told us that protesting is not a good thing. Why are you coming to waste your lives and protest? But the same idiots are out on the streets protesting to end SARS. Now, it is now that Bloomberg can report on protest in Nigeria. CNN reported it. Every major media outlet, Washington Post, they all reported it because they know that end SARS now cannot bring about end Nigeria now. When you talk about end Nigeria now, then you will see their true colors. That was what the pastor was saying. You people need to be able to think. Ending SARS now is not the issue. You must end Nigeria now because the white man understands that is where your problem lies. They know it very well. And to keep you caged down, they must help you in your ignorance and stupidity to sustain one Nigeria. Ask yourself why the British High Commissioner to the Zoo, Catriona Lang, that woman, that blood-sucking murderer, she is. I will read her tweet for you. Please post it. Significant protests over SARS demonstrating Nigerian people's desire for police reform. Did they tell you that that is what they want? Police reform? So you didn't hear about the revolution that was being planned and everybody was arrested and that one died down? You've not heard about ending Nigeria now. You've not heard about the restructuring debates that they are talking about. You've not heard about the regionalism going back to the regions. The people have been agitating for a very long time. You've not heard about Biafra. And the reason why, or the reasons why we have been agitating for Biafra. You claim you don't know all these things. Now you are tweeting. You are tweeting in favor of demonstration and SARS. All of a sudden, you are now acknowledging that demonstration is a good thing, that protest is a good thing. The same thing we were doing before, this same woman and the one before her said to Fulani Army, go and kill them, we are there in Europe and in the world. Nothing will happen to you. I don't know why black people cannot reason. The reason why they cannot reason, I don't know. God gave you brain the same way that God gave brain to Asian people, gave brain to Latinos, gave brain to everybody, Eskimos, just name it, Caucasians. The same brain you are carrying. But what is wrong with yours? As a black person, I'm asking you. That you can be manipulated so easily. Somebody started a campaign about let us unfollow Buhari as if Buhari is alive. They have eyes and they have ears, of course, as Jeremiah said in the book of Jeremiah 5:21. They have eyes, they cannot see, they have ears, they cannot hear. People wonder every blessed day, why is it that anytime Nnamdi Kanu comes on air, he talks about the same thing all the time? Because that is where your problem lies. Your problem lies in your inability to reason very well like a human being. That is why a British woman, a white woman in Abuja can be remote controlling all of you like the idiots you are. Who told you your problem is SARS? There is a saying where we come from. Somebody should please interpret, not that she may be somebody else who understands what I'm saying. He doesn't know what I'm talking about. You don't abandon the main problem SARS all the time. SARS is a symptom of what is wrong with the zoo. SARS is not the problem. The problem is the political mindset, the Fulani Janjaweed mindset that gave rise to SARS. It is common sense. Anybody with brain will understand that in Nigeria lies the problem, not SARS. Common sense. Common sense. The British woman have tweeted, and that is why I think before we came on air, they said that they are announcing we have now banned SARS. I'll come to that garbage. They ban what? Fulani. What else do they have? Fulani believes in terrorism. Either both legitimate and illegitimate terrorism. Legitimate terrorism is their police and their army and their road safety corps and every idiotic agency that carries a gun. The illegitimate ones are the ones they are funding. I told you that the Fulanis are the ones who are funding terrorists. They are the ones who are in charge of the government. And all of you, you know what to do. All of you collectively, you know what to do. Now you understand the power of protest. Because it has nothing to do with the tampering with the integrity of Nigeria. That is why they can allow it to happen. Relatively, of course they have shot some people dead, but that's why they can allow it to happen. Talk about endangering their business interest, which is the Zoological Republic. You will see them, they will come out and force. They will mobilize their tanks, everything. They will shoot and kill and nothing will happen. Hypocrisy. Using black people against black people. That is why some idiots are jumping up and down in America saying they want to vote Democrats, they want to vote the same Biden that said he doesn't want his children to go to the same school as black kids. People are foolish. People are so foolish. In the future, black people, you people are so dumb, so dumb. Who saved you from slavery? Republicans saved you from slavery. Against who? Against Democrats that were holding you as slaves in the South. True or false? I'm asking black. Every time I am moved in the spirit to preach this black stupidity. Every time I want to preach something else, Elohim will say to me, will minister to me and say, you must preach, because there lies the problem of a black man. They do not reason very well. They don't think properly. Keep hammering on it every blessed day. That is why I preach this gospel the way I do. That some of them may acquire some common sense, and I'm sure as this very pastor have boldly preached in his church, so too will other people. And some of you are wondering this evening in the Zoological Republic, why was it that all of a sudden SARS have been banned? Because I'll read the statement in a short while. I will give you the reasons why. They love traveling. All their monies are abroad. All the monies that they have stolen, they are abroad. All of you following and praising people who are looters, the money they have stolen is abroad and you're supporting them. Black people are dumb, I'm telling you the truth. It's unbelievable. People who cannot reason very well. Idiots come out and they say, oh, but all these years, what have you been able to do? All these years, what have you done? Nothing. It was IPOB that made it possible for Obama to come out and to campaign for one Nigeria, because we are putting them under pressure. But because you are black and you're dumb, you're very foolish, you're like a monkey hanging from a tree somewhere in the Serengeti. Your brain cannot even dissect what Obama is saying. You cannot ask yourself, why would the US president say that to keep Nigeria one is the tax that must be done? Who is threatening that one Nigeria if it's not IPOB and Biafra agitation? Until Obama comes out and says, I'm getting a lot of pressure from Biafran people, from IPOB. They want to have their own independent homeland, but I disagree with them. I want Nigeria to be one. That is how foolish you are. With your useless degree, you still have no brain. You cannot put two and two together. That's how foolish some of you are. I must preach the gospel. Let me tell you why the IG of police earlier this evening said they have banned SARS, if at all they have. Now listen, US, UK, EU urged to place visa ban on IG of police, the DIG, AIG over Nigeria that SARS brutality. Once this very group started to press for visa ban, as it happened in Edo State, result immediately. You can see the result immediately. They have banned SARS because they all want to travel. Look at this on the elections, where there was no threat from US embassy and all the other embassies threatening visa ban. They have rigged it as usual. Because the eyes of everybody is no longer there. It is on SARS. End SARS now. Have you seen it? It is not because of the demonstration. They ended it because they are afraid of visa ban from the US, the UK, the EU, and others. They were asked to stop the IG of police, who shouldn't be in office, a Fulani man, a murderer, people with a ganja with the Fulanization agenda. That is the only thing that matters to them. You can't stop them from traveling abroad. You can't. That was why. And I'm going to give you exactly, or should I say precisely, what happened earlier this evening. I'm going to read a press release from the IG of Police office, and then of course we will try and we should be circumspect about this, because it has happened 4 times before. You see the same SARS now they are banning, they have banned it 4 times before. If you don't know, and I'll prove it to you tonight, they have banned it before. To tell you that there is something dishonest at the heart, at the darkened heart of the zoo of Nigeria. There is something almost poisonously evil about them. They can never speak the truth. Always lying and deceiving you. Because they know that all the years you spent in kindergarten, in primary school, in secondary school, in university and all the rest of it, in colleges, you've been trained to remember, not to think. All you do is you remember. You can quote laws of the past. You are not innovative enough to think on your feet. They know that very well. The white man that is today colonizing you, because anybody who tells me that any country in Africa is free, I will put my 2 fingers in the person's eye, because you are foolish. We are being controlled by external forces because Africans have refused to reason. And here this evening again is a confirmation of that. First release, IGP, that's the Inspector General of Police, a Fulani man, dissolves the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, the SARS, and places other measures to protect the citizens. Since when did they start protecting them? Since people started asking for visa ban for the IG of police and every other person involved in the clampdown against people who are protesting. Only that time. That is the only reason why. But let us go through what they have said. They said, in the finest spirit of democratic, citizen-centered and community policing, since when did it become democratic? The election that you rig every blessed day. Every blessed day. That the senator for, I don't know if it's him or not, or Central or heaven knows where, Okorocha, came out and said, this man did not win, will not give a certificate, yet he was called to come to Senate. The same elections that you rig, the same people that go about killing and harvesting organs and selling to Indian hospitals, all of a sudden overnight, you are talking about spirit of democratic. Is there any spirit of democracy in the zoo, Nigeria, created by Britain? Is there any spirit of democracy in that zoo, I ask you? I will continue to read the jargon they wrote. The Inspector General of Police, IGP, MA Adamu, NPM, MNI, whatever that garbage means, has today, 11th of October 2020, dissolved the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, SARS, across the 36 state police commands and the Federal Capital Territory FCT, where they hitherto existed. The IGP, while noting that the dissolution of SARS is a response to the yearnings of the Nigerian people, observes that by this dissolution, all officers and men of the now defunct Special Anti-Robbery Squad are being redeployed with immediate effect. In other words, from tomorrow morning, wherever you see SARS, you can stone them. Anybody wearing SARS uniform from tomorrow is a criminal. Anybody wearing SARS t-shirt from tomorrow should be hounded and taken down because they no longer exist, according to this very press statement. But tomorrow you see them on the streets. And I want people to be very vigilant. Tomorrow you will see them again on the streets. The same people that they claim that they have banned. They said that they have listened to, of course, they are afraid of visa ban. That is the same reason why they have now said they have banned it. But while they claim they are banning it, this is to tell you one thing about about Nigeria. Maybe Obama didn't quite know this about the zoo that he was defending, or something that the British cleverly put in place to cage your reasoning capacity. Arewa Youth Consultative Forum, I don't want to mention this bunch. These are beggars doing Babiala on the street. They went through nomadic education, quota education. How they managed to leave secondary school is a mystery. How they managed to graduate is left for the imagination. These are a bunch of filthy, smelling, dirty pigs working with Iyke Arewa Youth under one Nigeria. You know what they said? They said that the 19 northern states are against the End SARS campaign. We only call for reform and reorganization of SARS. That is how they have been from day one. Why are they against the end of SARS? Because they are the ones controlling it, because they want to depopulate the South. I asked them a simple question. Can you show me where SARS killed a Fulani boy, a young enterprising Fulani boy before in the North? The answer is no. All the killings are being done in the South. That is where they do all the killings. That is where they do all the killings. Do you see, this is the same one Nigeria that Obama wants Ipob to abandon the agitation for Biafra and to embrace one Nigeria. The task of keeping Nigeria one is for everybody to perform. We must keep Nigeria one. In that same Nigeria, whereas people are complaining everywhere, Middle Belt and the South, that even foreign nations have recognized the destructiveness, the wickedness, the impunity, the brutality of SARS. There are some people calling themselves Nigerians that want SARS to continue to kill their fellow citizens. These are the people telling you about one Nigeria. I hope you understand what I'm saying. The hypocrisy of the place, it stinks to high heavens and backwards. These are the things you must understand. These are the things that we are preaching against on a daily basis. These are the things that you must understand. That is something I want posted on my page. Of course, that's why they are suppressing it. They will keep doing it. That is their business. We are spreading it. And the whole world, if their suppression is working, why are they still doing it? Every time. Because they know that we have over 60 million people that pay very close attention to anything that we have to say. I will also prove that again to you tonight. There is a headline that I want posted by BBC of all people, BBC News in Pidgin. On 21st of January 2019, only last year, 2019, 21st of January 2019, let me tell you what they said. Let me tell you what BBC reported. Acting IGP Adamu don't disband the federal special anti-robbery squad and others with immediate effect. By this time, I wouldn't say this time, January of last year, 21st of January to be precise, BBC News reported that the same man today that issued this same statement saying that he has banned the SARS, disbanded the SARS last year. Please put it on my page that the world may see. Dear me, Zoological Republic, the zoo. See, this is one thing about black people. They love to lie and deceive themselves. They know the truth, but they prefer the lies. I want to ask them, this same SARS you're disbanding today, what happened to the disbandment you did last year, 21st of January to be precise? Please put it on my page that the world may see it. That there is something wrong with the brain of a black man. They love to deceive themselves. They love to deceive themselves. And they will pay the price for it. They will, my happiness today is that a lot of people have now seen through this very charade and can now see the truth. The reason why British High Commissioner Katrina Lang, the reason why she rose to tweet about End SARS now is to try to see, because if you people end SARS now, they will say, okay, can't you see that the will of the people have prevailed? Watch Zoo newspapers from tomorrow. They will tell you, oh, that for once, the will of the people have prevailed. Now the people can now shape the democracy. The same old lies, the same old tricks. The reason why they did it, the reason why the British High Commissioner to Nigeria, the reason why that devilish woman tweeted about End SARS now is to take away the attention from the agitation for separation happening now across the Middle Belt and the South. Because people can now cut through the charade of the zoo. People can now see their lies for what it is. For very many years, the Fulanese have been counting on Yoruba docility. They have been counting on Yoruba, following them sheepishly, counting on the Yoruba Muslim population to always do their bidding, to convince their Christian brothers and sisters to join them in this gang up against Biafra. But by the very special grace of the Most High, Elohim, this very day, the eyes of the people have now opened. Oduduwa Republic, Gani Adams backs Nigeria's breakup and gives reasons by Obong Express. That's where I got it from. Nobody can accuse them of being part of IPOB, of being part of... This is the news that it is in the zoo. And I'll read it for you. Because people who don't know how far we have come, this was the reason why the pig in the creek was talking rubbish. Because when they were having meetings, and when the pig and his clique, they set up by Fulani Janjaweed, of course they set them up. When they were having meetings with the Yoruba people and Middle Belt, they were talking about one Nigeria. Now that we are having meetings with these people, they are talking about separation. So they had to come out to speak. They had to come to say something. They must have been, and to back it up, they gave Rapture 650 something million to try and distribute to the idiots who are serving her cause. Now listen. The area of Yoruba land, Gani Adams has revealed how the Southwest can separate from Nigeria without bloodshed. The Yoruba leader said it was possible for Oduduwa Republic to say something about war. And the most and to back it up, I must not be very big if 650 something million to try and distribute to the idiots who are serving her cause. We know that the call now listen, necessary. The area of Yoruba land, Gani Adams has revealed how the Southwest can separate from Nigeria without bloodshed. For once, they are now talking about separation and being on their own. It has never happened before. And that is the reason why British High Commissioner to Nigeria she was fighting very hard to see the end SARS campaign work. So they can come back to me and say, oh, can't you see, if you all get together and protest and demand for good governance, you will have it in Nigeria. That's what they're trying to do. But you need to have common sense to understand that. You need to go back to their antecedents. Go back to the way they used to behave in the past to understand what their stratagem is, to understand what their overall game plan is. And this very evening, having started with what the pastor said, having come down and analyzed the fact that Nigerians are now protesting, the same people that said kill IPOB for protesting, that protest is not good, the same bunch of idiots that said you're risking your lives protesting are today talking about how joyful it is to protest and to get results as a result of that very protest that you have embarked upon. Can't you see that we're winning everywhere? All this sound education people are receiving on this very glorious platform is now paying dividend. Can't you see it? That everywhere we are winning. And I want to tell you something that actually astonished me. I don't know, I kept asking people, are you sure this is true? They said yes, it is true, because this very press release came from a very reliable source. This very broadcast this evening is to let our people understand that only IPOB can save you. Because eventually, no matter what you say, regardless of how much you grumble, regardless of how much you're supposed to be answering, it doesn't matter. Your greed, your envious nature, that jealousy that is eating your darkened, black, idiotic soul can never prevail. The truth will always prevail. And here we speak the truth always. It doesn't matter how idiotic you are. Do you know that today? Yesterday I got this very press release, and I'll read it for you. To understand the work that IPOB is doing, for people to understand the work that Radio Biafra is doing, the sensitization, the awareness we are creating cannot be quantified in monetary terms. You cannot put any price to it. It is priceless. For the first time, the Yorubas are coming out to ask for separation. Because you can't come into contact with IPOB and your life will be the same. It's not possible. You will change. And then that is what is happening. Pastors are now coming in contact with us, and their preaching is now beginning to change. Zoo animals have learned something from us. Now they are protesting. The same thing they were against, they are now coming out on the street to protest against the same government that we've been telling them for years is bad for them. And yesterday evening I received this very praise statement. I'll read it for you. Igbos, listen carefully. Igbos in the South and Middle Belt reclaim their Igbo-ness, vow not to hide their identities again, as the Ikwere group blacklist the strange, the rumor, the rumor cruise, rumor this and rumor that, and why, and other prefixes and suffixes in their names and names of their streets. Igbo People's Congress IPC Rias. This is what I've been preaching from day one. I said that this is my gripe, one of them, against Ohanese. I said to Ohanese that they were behaving like a bunch of idiots being controlled from Sokoto. People said, why do you insult them? I'm not insulting them, I'm telling them the truth. You cannot claim to be Ohanese and Igbo. There are Igbo people that they have given to Fulani in the north, in Benue State. There are Igbo people in Anioma, in Edo State, that every time is the southeast. The five states. Whereas there are Igbo people in Cross River State, Igbo people in Akwa Ibom State. Of course, we are all one Biafran people and one Igbo people, of course, I know that. But those who speak the language, who identify themselves to be Igbo, there is an organization that claims that they represent them. And I was asking them for very many years. We kept preaching. We kept spreading our relay stations in all these places. And given that our people are highly intelligent, of course, they are very intelligent people. These are Biafran people, ancient people. They have reasoned. And now they have issued a press statement to say all that rubbish, rumor this, rumor that, rumor Igbo, rumor all that, garbage, complete nonsense. When I say it now, the pig in the creek won't understand what I'm saying. Who brought the ROY and all that nonsense? It was Okiro, wasn't it? That's his name. The MPN governor of River State. That confessed to me before he died. He confessed to me in his house in Stratford in London that was the greatest mistake of his life. Adding all this rumor this, Oyibo is now Oyibo. Can you imagine such garbage, such utter nonsense? By people who can know listen very well. Because they were convinced by Fulani. The same Fulani today is taking our oil in Biafra land, including the same Izon land. They take their oil and go, whereas all gold in Zamfara belongs to Zamfara people, but the oil in Bayelsa State belongs to Jigawa. In broad daylight, people can see all of this nonsense. And they're not doing anything about it. Absolutely nothing about it. Very, very sad indeed. Now listen, I want our people to pay very good. People wonder, what have you done? What exactly have you done? This radio, hey, idiot, listen carefully to what I'm saying. The whole world is listening and they'll be wondering why I'm referring to some people. I said, because black people don't reason. They don't reason. Now listen carefully. For those of you who are wondering, now listen to what IPOB has done. Listen to what Radio Biafra has accomplished. The Igbo people in the South and Middle Belt of Nigeria have vowed to reclaim their Igbo heritage and ancestry after some of them denied this. After some of them were denied this for years, especially after the Civil War. Now listen, the various Igbo groups and subgroups in rivers, in Bayelsa, in Delta, in Akwa Ibom, in Cross River, in Edo, in Kogi, and in Benue. For very many years, when they draw the map, they say, that's getting for Biafra is Vanguard especially. You will see Vanguard with the map of Nigeria with one small green dot. They will say it's Biafra or Southeast. And I look at them and I laugh. If we had given up all these years, do you think that Igbo people in rivers, in Bayelsa, in Delta, in Akwa Ibom, in Cross River, in Edo, in Kogi and Benue would have risen up under the aegis of Igbo Renaissance to say that they regret that their identity was denied from them for the past 50 years? That is the power of consistency. We are all Biafrans, yes. But I kept asking Ohanese, is it? Go back to my broadcast of 4 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I kept hammering on this very issue. You can
idiocy and stupidity and wretchedness of the spirit. You allow your people who are in Cross River in Akwa Ibom, they are disciples stupid, they are very useless. Little did we know that the people that we are preaching to, that they are listening. They are listening. An idiot will stand up and say, I am not able, I'm incorrect, I'm not able. Out of the abundance of stupidity, we brought out their idiocy and showed it to them. They can now see it all the way to Igudo, the key that opens the key, that the world may know that we know the truth. Britain can deceive Fulani and use them against their fellow blacks because they are naturally stupid. That is their business. They were deceiving Yoruba people for many years, deceiving them. Igbo man is your problem. They went to Middle Belt. Igbo man is your problem. Biafra is your problem. To keep Nigeria one. They have kept Nigeria one and SARS are killing you. Now you're protesting. Do you see the work we are doing? Money cannot buy it. People have now risen up everywhere. All those nonsensical names, Rumu Igbo, Rumu Okurushi, Rumu Okoro, Rumu, all this rubbish, garbage, Obi Igbo, Umu Igbo. That is what is driving me insane. That is what is driving me mad. That drives me. I hate Nigeria. People don't understand how much I hate Nigeria. People don't understand how much I don't hate Britain. Of course, I love it. I'm an Anglophile myself. But I hate what idiots in foreign and Commonwealth office did to the psyche of the people. When I say that black people are foolish, these are the reasons that I have. In Igbocha, there are people called Umu Igbo. Umu Igbo in Igbocha. An idiot is telling me that these people are from Niger Delta. For the life of me, I can't understand it. Umu Igbo, children of Igbo people, inside River State, Igbocha. Somebody out of wickedness, somebody out of unbridled hatred decided to add R in front. So when you say Umu Igbo, you know what it means. But if you say Umu Igbo, when you say I am from Umu Igbo, but I'm not Igbo, I'm from Rivers, anybody look at it, they will slap you and say your madness needs to be cured. Do you see what they did to us? The man who was responsible for adding this R to Rumu Igbo, Rumu Krushu, Rumu this, Rumu that, is an Ezon man from Ejo. He was deceived to fight his own people. But in front of me, he confessed in England. He owned the house in Stratford. That day he gave us £120. I'll never forget. I went there with Ibazo. I'm sorry, with Iyke, not Iba, God forbid. With Iyke. He is a retired London police officer. I went there with him. The year was 1997. I will never forget. Melford, that is the Melford Okilo, the MPN governor of River State. Those who were against Biafra, those who changed our names. There's somebody who says, I am from a village called Umu Igbo, children of Igbo people, but I'm not Igbo, I'm Niger Delta. Oh, God forbid. And you want Nnamdi Kanu to tolerate such nonsense because of political correctness? I think you are mad. You are insane. I cannot put up with such fallacy. It can never be done, not in our time. Chukwukika mandated us to speak the truth always, regardless of the consequences. It must be preached, and that's what we do on this very platform. And it is yielding results, of course. People should stop complaining like little children. Go and download IPOB Community Radio. Stop complaining like little kids. Go and download IPOB Community Radio. It's as simple as that. And listen to what we are preaching. Forget stupid Facebook. The same way, one day Facebook will realize what they've done to themselves. Those of them working for Facebook in the zoo, one day they will realize it. The same way that today that zoo animals have woken up to realize that protest is very good. We must go out to protest if we want to end SARS. And they claim they have ended SARS, of course, for the 6th time in 6 years. Let us watch and see what is going to happen. All the idiots who were responsible for the Rumu this, Rumu that, have you seen it's all in vain. All it took was for truth to come and shine a light on all the lies, and all the lies disappeared. If they tell you before there are Igbo people in Cross River State, will you believe it? They say, hey, you're trying to grab our land.
There are Igbo people in Akwa Ibom. There are Igbo people in Benue. But they deliberately crushed us into a very tiny space and told Ohanese, make sure you don't talk, make sure you don't. That was what they brought Operation Python does, to stop us from speaking the truth. Today, that very truth, are they coming to apologize to us? No, they won't. To come to us to apologize, to say, oh, we are very sorry. Everything Nnamdi Kanu has been preaching has been the truth from day one. It is here in clear, in black and white. These are the Igbo people who are not in the southeast. They say, when you say Britain will say, oh, those Igbos in the southeast. It's southeast. Biafra, the people that love Biafra is southeast. People, they know the truth. That is what is driving me mad. That is why I hate Nigeria. People know the truth. They know the truth morning, noon, and night, but they prefer to believe the lies. Is it Godomigodo not Igbo land? Is Benin not Igbo land, I'm asking? What is the meaning of the name Godomigodo? Which other people have the same name? What do you call key? We are the only ones that call it Igodo. The only people. The key that opens the key. Is that in dispute? Is somebody telling me that those from Asia and Ubiaja are not Igbo people? Is that what you're telling me? Are you telling me that a banker is not Igbo people? But people come and they want to lie to themselves. Because as the pastor said, as the preacher said when we started, when colonialism came, the white man came with a plan to colonize you forever and ever. You are to be their slave. That is why anybody who tries to tamper with anything the white man created, like the zoo called Nigeria, they say you're a secessionist. But I want to ask them a question tonight. What do you call somebody who came and amalgamated different people together? What do you call that person? He's a joinist. So look at, he's a joinist. We are seceding from what the white man made. Do you see how they have trained you to reason and to think like a fool? They trained you to behave like an animal, not to be able to reason. Ask yourself this question. Before Nigeria existed, did Biafra exist? The answer is yes. Did Oduduwa exist? The answer is yes. So what is your problem? Why was it not a crime to join people together? But it is a crime for people to go their separate ways. If it is a crime for people to go their separate ways, why is Scotland agitating to be free from England? If it is a crime to be free, why was it that Britain left European Union? I want black people to reason, if at all they can. If a white man can say, I don't like EU, I want to leave, the same white man or white woman in the case of Catriona Line is now telling you in Nigeria, you cannot leave Nigeria, but they left the EU. Who is fooling who? I ask you. Do you see why they are playing with your brain? Do you see why you are a black animal? Do you see why blacks are wretched and useless and poor? Why there is no electricity? Do you see why you don't have good roads? Because of the way you reason. Ask yourself, ask the British representative Catriona Lang in Abuja, ask her, Madam High Commissioner, why was it that Britain left the EU? Why are you not in the EU? In the EU, you are the same people, Anglo-Saxon, because some of you are from Germany, some of you are from Normandy in France. You all practice democracy. You are all even Christians. Why did Britain leave the EU if being in one big, huge market is very good? The same people that left the EU is telling you not to leave Nigeria, that is killing you. So I asked God in heaven, is there any other way I need to explain this for people to begin to understand how foolish they are? I want to ask those that believe in one Nigeria, including Britain. Britain, if being in a very large family is very good, big country, big people, big market, Britain, why did you leave the EU? I want to prove to Britain that you have a lot in common with Germany, with France, more than I have in common with a foreign person. In France, they are Christians. In Germany, they are Christians. They believe in democracy. They believe in power belonging to the people. They are mostly republics. Yes, so you have a lot in common with all of them. But I don't have anything in common with a Fulani person. Fulani doesn't believe in democracy. They believe in feudalism. They don't believe in the religion that I believe in. But all of you in Europe, you're all Christians. Yet Britain cannot be in EU. But you that have a lot in common, you cannot be together. We that are dying every blessed day. As a result of our deep fault lines and differences, you want us to be together. That is what I'm asking black people. Do you see how foolish you are? Black Nigerians, do you see how idiotic you are? So what is good for Britain is not good for you because they are white and you are a black monkey in Africa. You are a black monkey in Africa. You cannot reason very well. Now let me explain something to you that people don't understand. People may wonder why I keep going back to this all the time. Because I want people to understand the very important work that we are doing. We are going to respect every nationality. In Biafra land, every nationality will be free. I've said it time and time. We are going to go back to the way we were before Lukat came. Everybody's going to be free. And the people say, you are being so harsh on Ohanese. I want to let you understand why I believe that the Igbos never had any leadership until we came. Why Ohanese has been useless for very many years. I said idiotically useless. And they are busy grooming another set of idiots. We'll get hold of them. You can issue statements and hide and run away. We'll find all of you one day. Now listen, in River State, there is Ebema. Ebema is also in Imo State. A Hausa woman, not Hausa, Fulani woman came and divided them into two and said, so you Ebema, yes, but from today you are Niger Delta. You Ebema, from today you are Igbo, you are Southeast. And we accepted it. Like the bunch of fools that we are. That was why I made the allegation that Ohanese Ndigo was formed to rubber stamp the draconian rules and laws of Fulani Janjaweed in our land. Because if I were to be the Ohanese President General, I cannot accept that every man is Niger Delta. That is rubbish. Pure rubbish. Rubbish in the morning, rubbish in the afternoon, rubbish in the evening. But they accepted it. Iyke is in Rivers. Omuma, the same Omuma you have in Mbise is in River State. Iyke, of course, our people that Iyke is there. Opibo is there. Opobo is Igbo. Opobo. They said they are landlocked. Who told you that rubbish? Oba is pronounced Oba. It's in River State. In Edo State, you have a bank, you have your Bakri. Even Archbishop Blessed Dahosa, somebody wrote this for me, and his wife, Igbo there from a bank. See Archbishop Dahosa, Blessed Dahosa. He's an Igbo man. He's from a bank in Uhonde, local government area of Edo State, and was formerly in Uhionwa local government area. The man that caused this problem is Samuel Ubomudia. Ubomudia's mother is from a bank which is in Wakare today. Most indigenous of this town, just like Iyke people, bear hybrid names that most often could just pass as a door. It's only an Igbo man that prefers to hide himself. They love it. It's only an Igbo man, not Hausa, not Fulani, not Yoruba. Only an Igbo man will proudly say, I am not Igbo. And when I see such people, I just want to cut off their head. I'm telling you. You don't know how much I hate those people. You have no idea. I tell them, I hate you and I despise you because your stupidity is incurable. They answer names like Ntoka Irabo. You don't know where he's from. Jim of Ovia. You don't know where he's from. Omorege Wawane. You don't know where he's from. People hiding from themselves. The Fulani and Britain made them ashamed of who they are. That they had to hide. That one is that it is, the demon of harlotry entered inside that one. That one is a natural born prostitute and was selling prostitutes in Italy. Confused bunch of idiots. Confused to the core. Collins Edumaruse. Nobody knows who is who. Then we come to Delta State. Eka Ndokwa Ukraine and Yocha Oshimili, all Igbo people. But if you go there, I'm not Igbo. I can't. The only people in the whole world. I have done my research. The only people in the whole world to deny who they are Igbo people. No other person has done. No other group, only Igbo. Very foolish. In Biafra State, we have the Iyke, you know that very much. Abueto and Iyke, Opokri villages, all in Sabana area of Biafra State. And from the Igbo of Ukran stock. And as such, the Anyoma Igbo clan of Igbo ethnic group in Biafra State, the Igbo people there. People talking rubbish everywhere, talking nonsense. Now I'm just assuming. Pouring spit on pouring saliva on the screen, talking rubbish. Bunch of idiots everywhere. Here we preach the truth, the gospel from heaven given to us to preach. And I'm letting people that drew the map of the zoo, I'm letting Vanguard know that any day they publish that stupid map with that tiny green dot saying this is southeast, every of their vendor, every of their newspaper in Biafra land will be destroyed that same day and they will not get any penny for it. They are mad. Look at people deceiving themselves in broad daylight. In Cross River State, you have the Igbo people. Lyle Moke, the former Cross River State governor, and the wife are Igbo people from our below government area of Cross River State. They speak Igbo. I want Janjaweed to understand. Forget all your gerrymandering of our borders, messing us up over the years, thinking that you will have Ohanese throughout, rubber stamping your stupidity and the next on our people. They didn't know we were going to come. They never knew we were going to come. They never knew that. But we have come. And heaven is bearing us witness. You see how we are winning? When we went into this, but it's too difficult. You can't go leave it. When you finish, just use only Southeast. I said, no, it is a lie. There are Igbo people in Benue State. The Igbos in Benue State, particularly those in Ado, Oju, Obi, or Okulu government areas of the state, were in existence before even Christianity came to the zoological republic. Igbos are found in Benue in Umweze Okoha, Oriuzo, Umuagara, Ameka, and Ama Ezekwe, all in Ezra communities, Izi, Ezambo, Efim. These are people who could have been in present day Ebonyi State, but today for my these are the people that want us to vote for them to be president, Igbo presidency. When under their watch, our land was carved into pieces. Our territory reduced by 50% of what it was before. In fact, by 60%. The present day Southeast is only 40% of Igbo land mass, and they accepted it. And these are the idiots who are coming to campaign to be president. Oh, dear me. Oh, dear me. Apart from the Ezra-speaking clan, particularly the people of Umwezekoha, there are over 300 villages. If you are to calculate the number of Igbo-speaking villages in Benue State outside Umwezekoha, you will be talking about 600 villages in Benue. 3 of the biggest markets in Benue are all in the Igbo-speaking part. The markets are Iyke, Ida, Ipob. These are some of the Igbo-speaking Idoma towns in Benue State. So when I say we're all one people, people don't believe me. If you want to know that we are all Igbo people, the entire Biafra land is Igbo. Forget all this nonsensical garbage of Niger that are rubbish. Igbo. If not, why is it that you have Igbo in everywhere? In a bank there is Igbo in it. In Idoma there is Igbo in it. In Igala there is Igbo in it. Go and check everywhere. Go and check. You know that God has a way, Chukwu has a way of telling you who your brothers are in a very funny way. Who says that how about the Igala people? I've said this thing before. Igala people living in Obosi. How about the traditional title in Obosi called the Ata of Obosi? You've not heard about it before? These are the people who descended from Igala people. That we are one. But every day, the Fulani will be pumping rubbish into your brain. You'll be accepting it. The same way that Britain cleverly trained you not to reason. They only trained you to remember, to cram. That is why when you go to exams, you regurgitate the crap you have crammed. And that way you can pass. You are not allowed to be innovative. You are not allowed to think. In Kogi State, there are Igbo people there as well. If you doubt me, go to Ibaji, Igaramela, Udolo government areas. Iyke Avurugo is there. Iyke Avurugo in Kogi State. Because I will come later on to what that idiot said, called Garba Shehu. He was asked in an interview by a foreign journalist. They asked him, he said, oh, do you know what they did? They even included states that are outside the southeast. Can you believe such garbage? Whereas in Kogi State, there are, if at all you want to restrict Biafra to only Igbo people, of course it is not. Biafra is made up of various clans and ethnic groups. Sub-ethnic groups, they're not ethnic. The overall ethnic group is Igbo, believe it or not. Forget all that propaganda. And when the Biafra comes, Nnamdi Kanu is going to log it and other people. That is nonsense. It is people who are suffering from inferiority complex. If you know who we are, you know how transparent we are, how open we are. I said we are going back to where we were before the white man came. Everybody must answer their father's name. Garba Shehu was telling a foreign journalist, a white journalist, that I went and included states that are outside the southeast. But today I am telling Garba Shehu, there is a place called Ibaji, Igaramela, Udolo local government areas. In that place you will find Iyke Avurugo community. You will see Wajara, you will see Umuoye, you will see Ubulie Umueze, you will see Azara, you will see Umuoye and many more. They are in Kogi State, they are Igbo. Are you listening? You want us to leave our people and go? Of course not. Of course not. Now you understand it. How serious we are. We are not Ohanes and Gatron and Dioshi. We are more than that garbage. We are here to rescue the children of God. You children of Satan can be on your own in the north. Fulani Janjaweed. Move your cattle from village to village. Slaughter yourselves. That is your business. For us, we are doing the work that Elohim Chukwu-Kikabiama asked us to do in this very time, and that is what we are doing. We are not leaving anybody behind. You must bear that in mind. And to round up this issue of the balkanization and the gerrymandering of our borders, there was something that somebody sent to me, published in a newspaper in the Zoological Republic. I will read the headline for you. Lady shares landlord's text messages saying, I don't want Igbo tenants and tenants from South. As we said before, they come to you and they say, you are not Igbo, you are Niger Delta, you are South. But when you go to the north and elsewhere, when the discrimination descends upon you, you are all one people. And I want to read the exchanges between a woman who was rejected and the agent of the landlord for a house in Lagos. Listen very carefully, please. A Nigerian lady who is in search of a house in Lagos took to Twitter to share her screenshots of the chat between her and an agent standing in for a landlord. The lady identified herself as Mary Ufot, UFOT, who hails from Akwa Ibom State. She revealed that the agent inquired where she's from and told her that Igbo tenants are not wanted. This is Lagos. Mary revealed that although she mentioned that she's not Igbo, she said that she's not Igbo, the agent still told her that those from Akwa Ibom are still considered as Igbo people in Lagos. When you tell people the truth, they don't want to understand it. We are all Igbo people. Forget about the subgroups that are within. That was why I asked them, if you're in doubt, if you don't know who you are, go to where people have done research. Go to Google and ask yourself, who am I? Google will tell you who you are. And it has happened. They told her, your name is Mary Ufot, you're from Akwa Ibom, and you actually Igbo to us. She's busy she is. I'm not Igbo. I'm not related to them. No, I'm not. Because somebody has been feeding them junk over the years about people dominating them, about people taking over their lives. The same rubbish they told to Southern Kaduna people, the same nonsense they told Middle Belt people. Today, the same people that told them, Igbo man is your problem, Biafra is your problem, are the ones raping, killing, pillaging, and taking over their land from them. Did Britain tweet about Fulani headsmen? Did the British High Commissioner tweet about Fulani headsmen? No, she wouldn't. She wouldn't want to say anything that will stop their business empire. Nigeria is a business, it's not a country. It is just a mere British business. And the Fulani are benefiting. That is why they even came out to campaign that SARS should continue, because SARS is helping them to eliminate a great number of young people in the South. That is the zoo for you. The damnable zoological republic. Very, very sad indeed. Extremely sad indeed. Even Sweden came out to condemn the killing of the attack on protesters by SARS. Sweden condemns attack on protesters by Nigeria police. They spoke up. Maybe they've been waiting for very many years, saying Nigeria is very horrible. They've been waiting for very many years, and all of a sudden, finally, at last, they can now see how horrible and how evil the zoo is. I'll read you the tweet from Sweden. Sweden condemns all forms of violence and acknowledges the human right to peaceful protest. Now they are speaking, but IPOB was protesting. Nobody was hurt. Nobody was harmed. They asked them to come and kill us. Now Sweden is tweeting that protest is a very good thing. People should go out and protest, and berating the Zoological Republic for attacking peaceful protesters. That is Sweden. You know that the whites are superior to blacks. So now that the whites are speaking up, we can now follow. That is why even if you go to America, once a black man or black woman makes money, they want to move into a white neighborhood. Because they set the standard, that is the way it is, because they can reason. Black people cannot reason. That is why we are always following them. That is why we want them to lead all the time. Anything they say is fine. Anything they do is fine. After all, let's face the fact, all the inventions of the modern world came from them. All we have been doing is to beg, is to plead, and it has gotten us nowhere. Now that Sweden have condemned them, now the zoo newspapers can join in the condemnation. These were the same people that kept quiet when IPOB family members were being shot dead when we were protesting. Today, protest is now a good thing. And I want to tell you something about the zoo that people seem to forget, but it is the truth. This was something again that Ohaneze alluded to concerning the Eastern governors. Let me put it that way. We are not the chief security officers of our states, or your state governor marking their fumes as SARS slaughters protesters in Obomosho. A governor of a state who constitutionally is the chief security officer of the state, which means if SARS is about to do something, the governor of the state can say, don't do that. Governor of the state can say to the police commissioner, don't deploy your men, don't kill anybody. But even in your state, these are people that wants to keep Nigeria warm. These are people that they obey the governor of the state. People that claim that they are submissive to the constitution of the Zoological Republic. A governor is telling you that he is not in charge of his state. What does that mean? It's a feudal system. The Fulani emirs in the north, the Sultan of Sokoto, and the cabal, the criminals in Asorok, they run your lives. They determine who lives and who dies. A governor is lamented. The same governor believes in one Nigeria because he's making money. The family is living large from the allocation the state is getting, or from the patronage that is able to dispense. So he is living large, so he's enjoying it. What matters to him is the money himself and his family are getting. It doesn't matter to him that the laws of the land are not being obeyed, that the fact that he's an executive governor, he's been relegated to a nobody. The people who are in charge of the states, if in case you don't know, are the commissioners of police and the DSS Director General reporting to the Fulani overall man in Abuja. Your governors are not in charge of their states. That is a fact of life. And the governor of your state, Makinde, have come out openly to say it, that he is not in charge of his state. Oyo State Governor Mr. Sheyi Makinde has lamented that because across the 36 states of the zoo, Nigeria, are not the chief officers, security officers of their state, as spelled out in the constitution, then what are you doing supporting one Nigeria? That is the difference between white people and black people. I don't know anywhere else in the world where people can be allowed to tolerate such levels of hypocrisy. The Fulani wrote the constitution to suit them. The Fulani are controlling you through their own constitution. Even aspects of that constitution, they are not adhering to it. They are not obeying it. They are not sticking to it. Yet you, after seeing all these things, you still claim you want one Nigeria. That means there is something wrong with your brain. You're not correct. You are not correct. And somebody is actually writing to Commonwealth, you know, they cannot do anything in this. So if people are seriously honest about ending the reign of mediocrity, of corruption, of ineptitude, of backwardness, the reign of terrorism, the reign of poverty and ineptitude, what you need to do is to expand the protest from end SARS to change the zoo, end the zoo. That is what is going to save you. People don't know that over the years, when they come and they say, oh no, you're not Biafra, you're Niger Delta, oh you're not Igbo, you're Anyama, you're not Igbo, you're not Igbo, you're from God knows where. It is to weaken the resolve of the people, making it impossible for them to mount any organized resistance against their oppressor. The same classic move that Britain used. Britain came into the zoo and gave power to Fulani. When the Fulani is the most backward, the most primitive, the most uncultured, the most uneducated. They know that very well. Everybody knows. All of you listening, you know that Fulani is the most backward. They are the most idiotic. They have nothing to offer. Yet Britain gave them power. Because Britain understands the brain of a black person, that the best oppressor that you can ever get in your life is a black person. Get a black person to oppress a black person for you. And you have the perfect scenario, and that is what is happening. That is why they want one Nigeria. That is why what is happening in the zoo with SARS is resonating all over the world, because it does not affect the integrity of the sham, the fake sovereignty of the fake British sovereignty of Nigeria. A white man came from Europe and gave you sovereignty. You people are mad, honestly speaking. Anybody who supports one Nigeria, you're insane. A white man had to come to create sovereignty for you, and you're defending it with your life. And there you have 4 refineries, you cannot refine petrol. You give crude oil and you import refined petrol.
Oh yeah. There comes a time. The whole wide world will welcome the rising sun. Here comes the time for everyone to see that what will be. This is the time for you and I to stand together as one. Yeah. They will know. The sun is rising from east to west, from north to south. Can't you see the sun is rising? Oh, you wave your flag and be proud of who you are, because the sun is rising. We shining so bright all over the world. We are the sun, we are rising. We spent our lives in pain and misery, never gonna trade our freedom with any mystery. It's affecting our soul and it's killing us slow. With what we've been through, we are far from being good, but we are blessed by Chukwukika Biafra. So we're never gonna give up. There'll be light in the way of a tunnel. It will shine so bright all time. The whole wide world will embrace us. Nobody can stop us, nobody can cage us, nobody can stand us, yeah. They will know. The sun is rising from east to west, from north to south.
Alright, this is Radio Biafra USA 2. I'm back again. I was just listening to our leaders' last broadcast, just as usual, very, very life-lifting and honestly, I don't know. There's so many things that is happening out there, but you know what? Thank God for Biafra. They look at the way they are running around. Like I said, Umuaka Umago kunye hofe in those days. And in the end. Because they are running around the cycle. They're trying to. It's like somebody have a cancer in your leg, and it's ravaging your entire being, and you're just concentrating on that part. They want to end SARS. You can't end. You just change its name. They're going to change the name. They're going to tell you they've ended it. Then it comes into a different name. You know, putting an old wine in a new bottle doesn't make it new wine. It still remains the old wine that it is. So what we are saying is end the zoo. It's as simple as that. Somebody asked a question on Facebook this morning, and I saw it. He's asking, he said, end SARS or reform SARS? Which one do you choose? And I said, all of the above, none of the above, actually. What you need to do is to end Nigeria. That's it. Let me use the word Nigeria. They are zoo, but for them to understand what I'm saying and the world to understand what I'm talking about, end Nigeria, because it's not serving anybody well. It's not serving any purpose. It's just a total mess, honestly. Complete mess that needs to be destroyed, needs to be excavated. That building has been falling apart since it was built. It was built on the wrong foundation, and this foundation has been, going apart. So all we need to do is pull it down. Pull it down. And, erect something new. Even if it's 5 buildings or 4 buildings that is going to come out of that same foundation, that will serve everybody's purpose. I saw something this morning on an interview with a Fulani man. This is just to give you an idea, before I open up the line, an idea of what we're into. When they spoke about Fulanization, they think it's a joke. It's Nnamdi Kanu's, whatever he's talking is, that is what is happening. Before I play that clip, I listened to our brother, Udo. I listened to his clip. He was talking about America not being involved in it. There is no time, my brother. Nobody has ever said America is coming to give you Biafra. I don't know where they're getting that notion from, to be honest with you. Whether they're on the table, they are not on the table, doesn't make any difference to us. We are Biafrans. We are getting what we want, and what we want is what we're going to get. Regardless of America or whatever, the truth is, while we are including and supporting Donald Trump, which I am part of, is that this is the only man that has spoken that at least shows some interest in what is happening in Africa, not in Nigeria in particular. But I remember asking Buhari, or whoever came to the United States that claimed to be Buhari, he asked me a question: why are you killing Christians? If you don't do something about it, we are going to do something. That's enough. Why Barack Obama is there telling us that to keep Nigeria one is the task? First of all, I'm a Democrat, but I stopped being a Democrat. I've changed it completely. In fact, I'm independent. Now I'm going to be voting for anybody who says something that makes sense, like Donald Trump. So, telling us that Donald Trump is not, Nigeria is not on, Biafra is not on the table. Of course, nobody said he was on the table. We are not part of the system. But if you tell me they are not aware of what is going on, forget it. That's our just not telling ourselves the truth. They are aware. We are not expecting anybody. Our leader have said it before, from the beginning, that Biafra will come. We are not hoping on anybody giving it to us on the plaster of gold. But that does not mean that when we see idiots like what the Democrats are doing, we go and give them our vote. No. We are a freedom fighting group. These are the people that want us free as Democrats, even if they don't come out directly to join us. So I listened to that video. I understand where you're going, because maybe you are telling this to people who think that America is going to give them anything. Nobody. I don't know officially. Our leader had made broadcasts several times. Several of his broadcasts, I have not heard him say America or Great Britain or anybody. No. All he says is that Chukwu Okike Abiyama, the creator of the universe, will give us the last miracle. And that's what most of us are hoping on. We're not hoping on anybody. I'll always vote Trump. In fact, after Trump, I don't know who's coming next. But when I listen to that person, I make my choice. Because Democrats is a disappointment, honestly speaking. When Barack Obama, the president of the United States of America, the greatest country in the world, can come out and say, to keep Nigeria one is a task. Why is he saying that? What is his business? Trump has never said that to destroy Nigeria is his goal. No. Of course, he has not said anything about us. But at least that is better. Sometimes it's better to keep silent about some certain things than to open your mouth and start talking nonsense. That man woke up there and killed Gaddafi. Till today, nobody has told us what the man did. It was in his government. Then he is the one campaigning, talking about Nigeria to keep it warm, using exact same language that they used during the war. I was in the war. Yesterday I said something about Rambo. When I watched that Sylvester Stallone's Rambo, I saw something. This is a guy that went to war. He was a specially trained soldier. He went to war, fought for his country, came out, went to visit his friend, and one overzealous policeman, started telling him he wasn't supposed to be there. And that the scene led to this guy retrospectively still thinking that the war was on. He went into the bush and he killed as many people. The only way they could stop him was to make him believe that, no. You see, the war is over. That's exactly what, what's his name? Obama did to my psyche. When he used those words, to keep Nigeria one is a task that must be done. These was the things I was hearing as a teenager during the war. That struck fear in me, because each time they come in with that music and then they start saying that, he didn't even change the words. He used it exactly the way Gowon was saying it at the time. You want me to love that man and his party? Forget it. It's history. Not my children, not my family, nobody. Because that's sadistic. That is killing. You don't know how many millions of children, friends that were destroyed at that time, and this same man is using the exact same words. If he had changed those words, maybe you could have said, well, he just learned. He said it exactly the way they say it. To keep Nigeria one is a task that must be done. While they were killing children and starving people, women and children to death, raping our mothers and sisters. And Barack Obama is the one that is repeating the same thing that, oh boy, it's unbelievable. So we know what we want. We are not depending on anybody to give us anything. No. The CNN, the Fox News, whatever they don't want, let them not write. One day they're going to write. They have no choice. They will have no choice. With videos like this don't make me feel comfortable, because it sounded as if we are hoping on these people. No, absolutely no. We are not hoping on them to give us anything. To make them be aware of what is going on, fine. That's good. That's what we need to do. But we're not saying it because we want you to give us anything, to come out and help us and put Biafra on our desk. No, absolutely not. So this morning I said something about the Fulanis. Somebody was trying to defend the Fulanis. I want you to listen to this very intelligently, because this is exactly what the Fulanization is all about. These are people that are homeless people. Everybody, every Fulani in the world, like he says, they speak your language. You see, they come in, they start speaking your language. Before you know it, it becomes their home. They are not coming there to live with you. They are coming to push you out of your land. That's what makes it dangerous and bad. They want to turn you around to become what they are. Listen to this. I think this I don't know where this interview was coming from. It appears it's coming from I think channels, because of the guy that I see that. Okay, I think it's channels. Let's listen to this. Just listen to this very carefully.
Our people, while at the same time bringing the Fulanis in one fold and try to arrest their traditional practice of moving from one place to the other, and that is very big, an uphill task. But I think we can communicate with them more, because to them they don't have borders from Cameroon to Nigeria.
But that's the thing, Your Excellency. How do we ensure that those who will be participating in this federal government largely funded program will be Nigerians?
In terms of the funding?
No, in terms of the
operations.
Operations. You said to bring in the Fulanis together. You see,
the issue of misconception, I see there is a lot of mistrust and misconception with regards to the Fulani man. The Fulani man is a global or an African person. He moves from the Gambia, from Senegal, and his nationality is just a Fulani man. And as a person, I may have my relations in the Cameroon, but they are also Fulani men. I have relations because from the maternal side, I'm a Fulani man. And that is why we want to educate people. A Fulani man sees himself as a Bayelsan, as somebody coming from the Niger Delta, because he speaks the Niger Delta language, which you and I don't. And of course, we would have to just take this as part of our own heritage, something that is African, and that we cannot just close the border and say the Fulani man is just a Nigerian or this. No. In most cases, the crises are precipitated by those outside Nigeria. When there is a reprisal, it is not the Fulani man within Nigeria that causes it. It is that culture of getting revenge, which is embedded in the tradition of the Fulani man, that attracts reprisal from all over the
If
the
I
world.
understand it, does that mean that those Fulani men who are maybe domiciled in other countries who move around, they can come into the country and this plan will accommodate them as well?
Yes, that's what we want to do. But it has to be done through sensitization.
This is
telling them you have to buy in the project, and you use the language, the culture is up to be able to convince them away from the mistrust where the whole system of transhumance or pastoralism is criminalized. Criminalization of pastoralism is the problem that we have with this project, and it requires people with passion who understand them and who they believe in, people like us from that part of the country, to say yes, we have this. Because today there is no limit to the accusation that this and that has happened and it is the Fulani man who caused it. There is no tribe that is not that you don't have this criminality in, but certainly the way and manner we do it is really excavating the crisis and the problems.
Will there be any form of documentation of all the people that will be, will
yes,
be
we are
within that?
Oh yes, that is going to give Nigeria the opportunity to really have the best in terms of documentation in the demographics, because as I said, a Fulani man settles anywhere he can feed his cattle, and so if they are put in one place and they are made to understand that this is to save them and their animals, they are exposed to the vagaries of the forest and what is going on, cattle rustling, killings and what have you, and that's why it is important for them to understand that staying in one place is good. And of course, in terms of the best practice of carrying the meat, the cows and the lorries.
Let's stay with that security angle for a bit. Is there going to be, this plan going to be a fenced enclosure where anyone who comes in is secured, so there is no one that can just come in from anywhere else?
No. It is going to be a colony, and a colony does not require a fence.
You will understand
it is not going to be a prison.
You will understand the reason why people are concerned, because of all the security issues that have been happening over time. So
the man is telling you that the land everywhere belongs to them. I don't really know what you're trying to get into this. This is exactly what we're saying. The Fulani man will come and take over Newi and become a Newi person. That's what he is telling you. Not only the Fulanis in Nigeria, but Fulanis all over the world. Listen to their plan. My dear brothers and sisters, whoever you are, whatever you call yourself, there is no hope for that thing called the zoo. Destroy it and build a nation, because we Biafrans were already gone. If you sit down there, listen to what he is telling you. That they are everywhere they go. That's their home. They are in Bayelsa, so they can speak. Even claiming that they can speak Bayelsa, which we don't. In other words, they're taking it over. One day they will come to Igbo land and take it over because we don't speak the Igbo that. Oh dear, it's unbelievable. I don't know how to put into this. I just saw this morning and I said, let me listen to it and see what this man is trying to say. And I'm beginning to look at it. Fulanization is what it's all about. Take it, leave it. You don't like it, that is the truth. The only way you cannot like it is save yourself. Biafrans, we are here to liberate ourselves, to be free. Other parts of the zoo, the people that were put together that want to be free, we will support you no matter how much it takes. Because let's stop fooling ourselves, we are not one and we can never be one, because the Fulani man has a different idea. First of all, they don't even have a territory in the so-called Nigeria. But they are the ones coming now to tell you, because we are going to move our cat, move it there, they want to build superhighway and all that thing that is just the same problem. They want to push you out of your land. But Biafra is the last miracle. They will never succeed. Others can say we are not one and we can never be what they know how to do or whatever, worship them or do whatever they want with them. But we the Biafrans, our time is up. We are leaving. We already started going. Caller on WhatsApp. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
No, my name is Chinagorom Oprocha. I'm calling from Dubai.
From Dubai, okay. Welcome to the program. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, well, this one I've been hearing many news on television. This one will come out and say she's at that Biafra generation and all the rest. We do listen to them because there's no opportunity to speak with our leader, Mazi and Carlo. So all those were they have been telling us on October 12th the flag will raise up. And today is on October 12th, and I happen to see you people online. I take this number from YouTube, but I call to know what is really happening and to add my own opinion
where did you hear that the flag was going up on 12th of October? Who told you that?
Ada Biafra have been saying that it's on YouTube because I normally listen on YouTube whenever I have chance.
Ada Biafra doesn't run Radio Biafra, does she? She runs her own page, right? We have always made it very clear. If you don't hear it on Radio Biafra, it's not the truth. If you want to listen to the truth, listen to Radio Biafra as frequently as you can. Whatever you get on the YouTube from bloggers, that is their opinion. That is their wish. It is not official.
So that is it. And secondly, what we are fighting is freedom.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
So what we are fighting is freedom. Freedom is not giving. Freedom is taking.
Yes.
Let's go to war with Nigeria and take this freedom. Let's go to war with Nigeria and not to be talking they are killing us, suicide going down every day.
Yeah.
The best thing is to go to war. Let's challenge Nigeria. It doesn't matter if we come back and die. But freedom is not given, it's taken by force.
We are very aware.
We will be keeping silent to them.
Honestly speaking, what you're saying is correct. We are aware of that. We know. But you see one thing, you cannot go to war unprepared. We are getting there. Don't worry about it. Of course it's going to happen. But let us give ourselves time and be prepared for what we're going to do. We're not going to go to war unprepared. That's number one. And when it comes to that, when the time comes, believe me, it's going to happen. Thank you for your call. This is Radio Biafra. Let me give other people a chance to call and air their views because we don't have enough.
Okay, and secondly, I don't know when Mazi will pick call. Our leader, Mazi, I don't know when he will pick call. I would like to speak to him.
Every Friday, 7 p.m. Biafra land time. He is always there. I mean, is it 7 p.m.? Okay. I think so, yes, 7 p.m. Biafra land time. Every Friday's interactive session. So prepare yourself, ask him whatever question you have to ask, and he's going to answer you. All right? Thank you very much, and let us continue. I have a call coming in on straight line. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. I see that. This is Mazi Ndukwokoro from Iberi, as always. You see, this clip you played is very touching. The one that made me to run mad is this Fulani man saying that they can come from anywhere, and anywhere they stay is maybe automatically become their own. That the worst part of it is that they can speak their language. And he made mention that if a Fulani man can speak Bayelsa language, he automatically is not Bayelsa man. Can you imagine that type of thing? Which means if I go to Ghana and speak Ghana, automatically I become a Ghanaian, or I the land of Ghana, or any other part. You see, these people really don't have brain. It's only that we have been so submissive that it is now we are beginning to wake up to the reality.
That's
right.
right.
So, but I know it will take time. It will take time for somebody to come and make such step in television, and no person call that television to challenge him immediately.
Yeah.
To challenge him for making that comment. Doesn't mean if I go to Russia now and I start speaking Russian language, I automatically become a Russian and start claiming their land. This is what it means now. My dear brother, I'm just mad, man. Please stop here.
I know.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome to the program anytime. All right, thank you so much. Yes, like I said, I just ran into that television program and said to myself, okay, let me just listen to the man. He's not better. He's really telling us what our leader have been saying. He's telling us exactly what we have been thinking about the so-called zoo, because it's not a new thing that they are saying what they are saying, because we know very well that That is their modus operandi. The Fulani man, all they are coming to do is Fulanization, and there is nothing we can do about it except, just watch what they are doing. But the truth is that Biafra land, is our home, and nobody is going to stop us from doing what we are doing, striving for our freedom. Caller, good morning. Caller on Principal Officer's line. Please make it very brief because I have an important call coming in. Go ahead. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good afternoon, Mazi. My name is Iyke. I'm a member of Biafra. I am calling you from Austria.
Welcome to the program.
For what you are doing, may bless you or bless our listeners of Biafra. Mazi, please permit me to make my short announcement. We are POB Austria. And I want to tell everyone who is living in Austria, if you have any difficulties in IPOB or locating IPOB family in any part of the Austria where you reside, please call us on this number 0688642477. I repeat again, IPOB Austria. To join us, call us for direction of information on 068864245787. And also, please, my people, I want to remind us about our campaign, our Twitter campaign. Let us be on that. This is the time to push more and spread our message so that at the end of the day, we get our nation restored. And Mazi, our leader always say that problem here is not about people are saying, let us go to war, let us do this war, carry gun. But our leaders said it repeatedly. It's not, the problem is we have the stomach to take what is going when we commence. Do they have the stomach to do what is going to come? Because it's all about waking up one morning and doing something. We are getting there. They are good to but there we get there. So please let them not put us, start making fears and putting us under pressure because we are going to get there. It's a matter of time. We are getting very much and good afternoon from here.
Thank you very much. All right, this is Radio Biafra USA 2. We are still taking calls here at 646-920-4541. I have a special call coming in. Caller on straight line. Let's see. Let's look at that. It's not coming through. I'm trying to speak to our national coordinator. All right, caller, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, my brother. Good morning from here.
There.
Yes, I was listening to you and so many things you brought up this morning. I'm just going to tag in a few things. One is by the way, this is a video being your brother from Los Angeles. It's too early morning here. That's why my voice is so deep.
Yes.
But anyway, going back to the video clip that someone was talking out of mind concerning that some people are trying to deceive Biafrans to vote for Trump. That Biafra agenda is not in the Department of State or stuff like that, and trying to sound important. And it's so disgusting to me when I watch that clip. Okay, there are some elements that are somewhat, somewhat reasonable as far as when he was trying to talk about the monies that people spend in ostentatious material things instead of bringing our money to supporting the people back home to have something to save themselves. Okay, that's real. But whatever he's talking about, you can rightly tell that that guy has been an ardent supporter of Democratic
Party.
Democrat,
yes,
you know.
Yes.
And honestly speaking, my brother, I voted for Obama twice.
Yes.
Okay? I voted for Obama twice because I was playing the stupid color thing until I begin to really see his agenda.
Yes.
And then I hated him with passion. And the most striking one was during the time he was almost out of office when he sent Kerry to Sokoto, not Abuja.
Yes.
He sent his Secretary of State to Sokoto to go and finalize the deals about how they are going to overtake Nigeria.
Yes.
And that was one of the things that I remember, not just because Trump is doing so many things.
Yes.
To protect us. I was there in White House 2018. We were all there, Peter Iyke, when this man that claimed that he's Buhari came.
Yes.
And they kept him at the gate of the West Garden for more than 30 minutes. Recall they didn't want us around there because we were requesting for DNA. And they asked us, the police, White House police asked us to move further. And they kept him at the gate. He wasn't received like every other president.
Yes.
For almost 30 minutes to scrutinize him and everything. We remember that Trump said he does not want to see his slides here. We remember that so many things that Trump said. We remember that Trump has been the first president of the United States in this modern time to open up his mouth and say that this killing of the Christians should stop. We know that President Trump was under his administration is when the United States saw that the UN is not playing their role as United Nations. Rather, they are supporting particular groups of people. We know that it's in this era of Trump that there was an executive order supporting United States executive order supporting the freedom of religious practices all over the world. And the executive order was passed. The use of executive order was passed in the sense that America does not need to get any permission from anybody if they deem it necessary to intervene in any place where there is a religious persecution. So, you know, how can I not think of this man who has done so much, even though he has not called Biafra, but at least for the fact that the group where I belong, where I come from, he is standing up and saying a lot of things to favor us. I mean, a lot of dummies, that contraction, because I call them dummies. You know, I don't know why they cannot reason. You know it very well that, you know, these people are not playing, they are set to do something. But if it wasn't for this big brother that is giving them condition, everybody by now, it should have been bye-bye.
Oh, yes.
So we, you know, like our leader said, African man, we don't reason. All he's relying is for Trump to say, oh, now Biafra is going to come.
Absolutely,
just like somebody calling you from Dubai and I'm saying, that Biafra. And where I was sitting, I say, this guy calling me, is he one of them? You know, because they always want to call here and change the discussion of the day.
That's right.
But I'm glad that our brother that I called from Iyke did not even want to say anything about it. I'm the one that's saying something about it.
About him, yes, I know.
But anyway, my brother, one more thing that I want to mention to people here. That you see this rented crowd in London yesterday. You see the rented crowd in Abuja talking about insight and everything. And now they are selling that campaign. I understand that what the sides are doing is now out of hand. But now, think about the government who inaugurated them. Think about if the answers now, because every focus now is directed to answers, because they saw that Oduduwa rose to demand for their freedom. They saw that Biafrans are demanding for their freedom, and now they want to galvanize a lot of people. If you hear from whatever they're saying, the flags they are tying around themselves, you know that it's nothing else but they are trying to promote the continuation of that contraction. But it's not going to happen. Okay, if you end SARS today, are you ending Nigerian terrorist army? Are you ending Nigerian terrorist police? There was a very interesting police, an interview that was granted to a police officer that I listened, a female intelligent police officer in Nigeria, who challenged even that stupid Mba to come out. She volunteered a number on the air to come and debate Mba concerning what he's talking about right now. The woman broke it down and how all these insights does not mean anything, because even if you emphasize what is going to happen with the police, she kind of attributes the problem to the fact that the police, its entirety is not taken care of. They are paid 60,000 naira, and depending on your ranking, and then you expect somebody to live off of this 60,000 naira a month, and then leave them gone. He says that these officers are angry officers. Therefore, the killing and all this robbing of people and the extortion cannot stop, because you handed gun over to the hungry person. But anyway, for the people who are now distracted with this answers now, we know that their activities is not welcome. We don't support their activities, but I want us to understand that this is a kind of overshadowing, kind of sponsored and paid for campaign to make you think that you can come out on the streets and demonstrate and Nigeria will change their policy.
Yes, I know.
Everyone that knows these wicked people that says they are governing or ruling that contraption knows that they have so many agendas. Interestingly, everyone, I encourage you to go and listen to this interview that our leader talked about yesterday.
Yes.
That was granted to Gaba Sheikh, so you can see the mindset of these people that you are talking about. My brother Ike Peters, I know your time is very limited, and I want to thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you, sir.
Maybe some of these days when I wake up early, I'll come on and say something like that. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. All right, this is Radio Biafra USA 2. We're still here. I'll be able to take one or two calls and then call it a day. So the time is up already, but at least I'll have add some grace. So anybody, any lucky person, any lucky two that comes in. Like you just mentioned, Brother Udo and his video. I listened to it. I didn't listen to it completely, but at least I knew where he was going. The truth is very, very simple. Nobody can talk somebody like me out of voting for any Democrats. Forget about it. Trump, I voted for him the first time. I'm going to vote for him again. Because I wasn't impressed by our brother Obama. It was a big mistake. The first time I did, the second time I never voted for him, because the first time I just said this is all glamour, because I remember when he won the election, we were all hugging ourselves and we're so happy and everything, but what did he do for us? Nothing. Trump never ever came in to promise us anything. He does never even use the word Biafra. But that doesn't mean that they don't know what is happening. What we are saying is we don't need support. All we need for you is just don't even support us, but just keep quiet about it. Don't come in like Obama, who came in to open his dirty mouth to say to keep Nigeria one is a task that is being partisan. That is what we are saying. That's for me. That means a lot. Don't say anything. My friends, I tell them, my friends who are in Nigeria in the zoo, who are very much into politics and all that, I say, listen, the best you can do for yourself is be quiet. Don't say anything. You better don't say anything than to open your mouth and be partisan. Start to destroy what we are doing. Then you creating an enemy. You become your enemy, yourself an enemy of us. You see, so that's it. I know the campaign. People have said Trump this, Trump that. What did he do? Nothing. I've not even seen anything that he has done that he never told us he was going to do anyway. So what is the big deal? You people are blind to it. The man is winning. He's coming back another 4 years. Like it, you don't like it, doesn't matter. He is coming back. He's been ordained that he will be back. And I'm very, very confident he's going to come back. My vote can never be wasted on anybody that I know will not come back. I'm going to give him my vote, and I stays with my vote. And I'm urging Biafrans to vote for Trump unanimously, because we have no choice. We are not saying he's going to come and give us Biafra. You don't go on and bring in somebody who's going to destroy what we are doing. That's the point. You better bring in somebody who will at least keep quiet and don't do anything, than somebody who will become partisan, because that's what Democrats are going to be. We know that. Definitely, certainly that. Nigeria will pour in money on them, and then they will make sure they will kill us, and they will close their eyes. So anybody can do whatever video they want, and then the person that's calling me to find out whether they said they were going to raise Biafra flag. My brother, you didn't hear it from Radio Biafra, so why are you calling Radio Biafra to find out? You knew where you heard it from, so go and call that blog or that person to explain. Because as far as we are concerned, we didn't say anything. If we said something, then you can call us and want to find out the result, or because we never said it. If you can go about and listening to all kinds of things that people say on video that has nothing to do with what we're doing, we're not discouraging you from listening to videos. You have a choice to do whatever you want. But if you hear it on the blog, please call that same person that is announcing it, so that you'll be able to, know exactly what's the truth. Don't ask me, because I didn't announce it. All right, let me take a call on Principal Officer's line. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the program. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Mazi, good morning. My name is my man Ugo Onyejaka. Mazi, I am the national PRO of IPOB here in the United States, and I reside here in Washington, D.C. I am from Amibo. Amibo is an Olo. Amibo is the home of the tiger, and Amibo is the home of King Jaja. Mazi, I thank you this morning, for waking up so early to be broadcasting, and I thank God for bringing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu this time. Mazi, my take on all this thing we are saying is that, believe me, starting from where we started until now, you can be assured, well assured, Biafra is here already, because we have made all the effort that we can make, and then it is yielding a lot of profits. So I am encouraging all the Biafrans that now that to do the what people have stood up, that the Biafrans should just put more effort on whatever they are doing. And then the middle belt are coming up. The middle belt youth, they have decided that definitely they are the ones that are in the war front, because they are the ones that are being killed every day. Most of the middle belt children are in the camp. Their mother, their father, everybody is in the camp. Their mothers are being raped. Their sisters are being raped. Their farm, they don't have any farm to go anymore. All of them are living in the camp. So it is high time their youth stand up and stop being coward. They have to stand up and then fight this, this thing. Because we, IPOB, have given them the platform to come up and be talking. Let people know that what they are going through. Even people from Southern Kaduna, people from Zamfara that are being killed every day, they have to stand up so that people will know what they are going through. Because if they think that people are going to hear their voice through the main media, Nigerian main media, they are wasting their time. They have to join this IPOB community radio. They have to call in the IPOB community radio so that people will know exactly what they're going through, because they are going through hell. What I'm talking about is the people of the Middle Belt, people of the Southern Kaduna, people of Zamfara, even the Hausas, they have been taken advantage of. They have to come, join this IPOB community radio, and then make your voice known. Mazi, I am calling on those people who are still in United States of America here, who are the Biafrans, who have seen that we have almost won this war. I am calling them, please,
for them just to rise up and support the IPOB. Even if they don't want to register as member of the IPOB, but definitely they can go to our website, and that our website is www.ipobinUSA.org. www.ipobinUSA.org. Go there, click on donate, and then donate some money. No matter how little it is, we will appreciate it. If you want to join, go to the contact, and then you will see the list of all the principal officers and the coordinators of the 50 states in the United States. Then you go over there, and then you can use the telephone and call, and then join. And then follow our Onyendo in the Twitter. When you follow him, anytime you tweet, you follow it and tweet it again. If you tweet it again or you like it, then somebody will read it. So that is what we are asking. Call OK Foreign. If you are in Zimbabwe, if you are in Southern Kaduna, if you are in Oduduwa, anywhere you are, call OK Foreign so that they will make available this IPOD community radio, available for you. Just give, donate. Any money you can donate. Biafra is here. Mazi, thank you. God bless you.
God bless you too. All right, this is Radio Biafra. I finally come to the end of today's program. Tomorrow I'll be with you. Maybe tomorrow I'll take up our brother Udo's video, and I'm going to analyze it. I'm going to follow it one by one, step by step, because what I know where he is going. He is talking. There are many good things in what he said, but the truth is, he wants to divert our attention into voting for democrats. No, forget it. That's history. Like I said, compare the two. They said you dine with the devil you know. That's normal sentence. So when you want to eat, you better choose the devil you know. Trump is the devil that we know, and we are going to vote for him. Because the Republic, they have not said anything about Biafra. They have not even given us any hope, any problem. Any promise that they were going to support what we are doing. But at least they are not saying anything. It's better for me that they don't say anything than to go to Obama's group. That Obama, they already decided there's money that was shared that has not been spent. So they are still owing the zoo. So obviously they're going to support them regardless. And that's all we want to stay away from. We're not hoping that Trump is coming to give us Biafra. If he does, glory be to God. Honestly. But the other ones, we know their stand, we know where they stand, so we're not voting for them, regardless of what anybody says. Tomorrow, I'll be on the program. I'm going to speak about your tape, Udo, if you're wherever you are, you want to call Radio Biafra to defend yourself, I'm going to give you a chance to do it tomorrow on this program. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. From here, I'm going to say goodbye. I'll be with you again tomorrow at the same time. Stay tuned, don't go away, because Mazi is coming. USA 1 is coming in a minute from now.